And good morning everyone, and welcome along to the Lavington Sports Ground on SS&A Ovens and Murray Grand Final Day 2023. 8 grand finals in all, 5 grades of netball and 3 grades of football, culminating in the first grade grand final this afternoon between the Yarrawonga Pigeons and the Albury Tigers. Bounce is at 2:30 p.m. and I'm here with two men who are very passionate about Ovens and Murray football and know the league so well. One is Dan Vaccaro, a valued member of the O&M Live team, and the other is former first grade coach of the Albury Tigers and current coach of the O&M Under-18s rep team, Tom McGrath. Dan and Tom, welcome gentlemen.
Thanks, Lukey. Good to be here.
Good on you, Tommy. How good is the scene out here we're looking at?
The ground is in mint conditions. Sunshine out, where would you rather be?
Exactly, and Dan, welcome to you, mate.
G'day Lukey, g'day Tommy, and I'm so excited. I'm jumping out of my skin. The weather is perfect. If you're around the area and weren't planning on coming down today, you are crazy. Get down here. It is perfect. It's 23 degrees. There's not a cloud in the sky, Lukey.
Absolutely, Dan. And we've been given the task of calling the Navara Cup O&M Under-18s Grand Final today, brought to you by McRae Motors. And can't wait for this one. This is just going to be an absolute beauty. So the Lavington Panthers finished the home and away season with a 12-4 win-loss record. They won both the qualifying final in the second semi-final to get through to the big one. They defeated the Wodonga Raiders in that first final by 5 points. And then 15 days ago in their second final, were able to beat the Rovers by 16 points. And for the Wangaratta Rovers, well, they were minor premiers this year, 15 wins, just the one loss during the regular season, and that loss came via the Wodonga Raiders back in round 11 at the start of July. They dropped their first final, as we said, to the Panthers, but were super against the Wang Magpies last Sunday. A huge 9-goal win, 54 points. Now, Dan, who are we having a look at today on our stat sheet?
Yeah, doing it for 40 winks. Stat sheet today, so for Lavington, we're doing Corby Robertson, Xavier Russell and Jack Costello. And for Wang Rovers, well, there's no other. Finn Osborne, of course, we're doing his numbers. Ned Turner, Justin Lewis and Riley Allen. Lukey.
Beautiful, Dan Vaccaro. Now, Tommy, we've got obviously some very talented young footballers out here today, and we've actually got the co-captains of the rep team for the under-18s team, which you coach.
We did. We've got Finn Osborne, Wang Rovers, and Oscar Lyons from Lavington were our co-captains this year.
Yeah, fantastic, and of course a big win over the Goulburn Valley.
Yeah, the boys played very well that day, and there's probably a number of kids out of these two sides being two of the better ones that played on that day. There's some senior experience in both teams. There's some bushranger kids who are playing back after the bushy season has ended, so there's going to be some great matchups throughout, and yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be close.
Yeah, beautiful, wonderful day. Look at the picture, would you? The Lavington Sports Ground looks absolutely immaculate, pristine condition. So the Lavington Panthers last won an under-18s flag back in 2009, 14 years ago, and for the Rovers, their last premiership win in the third grade comp was in 2018, 5 years ago. So players are getting set now. See Tommy Forrest getting set in the ruck for the Rovers.
Got a brigade of umpires in the middle out there, Lukey.
Haven't we what, Dan?
They're not splitting up anytime soon. The players are ready to go, and
that's right.
The umpires aren't.
We got Jack Daly will be in the ruck for the Panthers. And very interesting story behind the goal kicking in the 18s this year, Tommy.
There is. The 4 leading goal kickers are all from these two teams. So Corby Robertson and Harry Barber from Lavey were on 42. Ned Turner also on 42, and Judd Schubert was on 40. So I'm just looking in the middle there now, you can see some fantastic matchups with Xavier Russell on Ned Turner, Oscar Lyons up against the medalist from the under-18s in Riley Allen, and you got Jack Costello and Finn Osborne, who both played seniors during the year, going head-to-head in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. So some terrific matchups, and with that goal-kicking list there, Tommy and Dan, hopefully we see a high-scoring game.
I was just going to say, we might see an all-time shootout. Remember back in the 90s, Paul Savin and Gary Ablett, I reckon, 10 goals each in that
93.
In that crazy day. 93, that was before my time, but I've still seen the tapes and the videos. So hopefully we see something similar, Lukey.
Absolutely. So pretty close to going here. Boundary umpires taking up their position.
I think they're just waiting for the bang-on 9 o'clock start.
That's it.
But the players are raring to go.
She's an interesting forward set up here by Rovers. There's no one inside the 50 at all.
Wow.
They're all up around the centre square.
So again, this is a Navara Cup Under-18s Grand Final for 2023, brought to you by McRae Motors. And this will be an absolute beauty. So you're with Tom McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis. on a cracking day. The coach of the Lavington Panthers is Kenny Mansell. And for the Wang Rovers, it's Benny Tallarico, and both men have done a terrific job in getting their teams here, Tommy.
They have. They've got a lot of experience. Benny was actually helping us with the Interleague. He was our runner and one of our assistant coaches. And Kenny's been around footy for 40 years plus, I'd say. So he's got a wealth of experience.
Yeah, beautiful. Russell and Turner just stirring each other up a little. This is why we love grannies.
Adding to the theatre, I reckon. Just waiting around for that 9 o'clock start.
Oh, yeah.
Players are
right
getting a little bit
Dan.
toey. A little bit more than what they were about 5 minutes ago, I reckon.
That's it. And as Tom said, Riley Allen in the 66 Guernsey picked up the third best and fairest in the league on Monday night. Congratulations to him.
Would he be happy with the 66 number on the Guernsey League?
Yeah, well, it's interesting, isn't
It's
it?
a fair number.
You don't see it much in third grade, do you?
Especially one of the better players too.
Exactly.
Riley Allen, but he's rocking the 66, makes it his own today.
That's right. Okay, and the under-15s netball will be starting too, commencing shortly between the Wodonga Bulldogs and Wodonga Raiders up on the netball courts. As we said, 5 grades in netball and, of course, 3 grades of footy. We'll tell you a bit more about that. But we're about to go. Here we go, Navara Cup Grand Final. So Forrest and Daly, and went again, and then Daly went off the ground. And that's Nolan going in. Sam, the bottom of the pack. The umpire looks like he'll call for it. And we'll have a stoppage here just right of the centre. So the umpire to take the ball. Interesting to see who settles first in this grand final. So there's Forrest with a big knock away. Vincent gets one out, but Russell picks it up for the Panthers. And a nice mark is taken for the Panthers by Corrigan, and Corrigan wants to move it quickly, goes inside 50, and Robertson takes a good mark, Tommy.
Yes, he's one of his attributes there is he's very smart around the footy, great hands. Again, another one who's played a fair bit of senior footy, even last year as a 17-year-old or 16-year-old.
Yeah, here he goes, Corby. So this would be a dream start for the Panthers to the Hannah Street end in the grand final. The captain, what can he do, the skip? As he puts it on the boot from 40 out, and he shifts it to the left, and there's our first score of the grand final on the McRae Motors scoreboard. So one behind of the Panthers, Dan.
Yeah, really good, a really positive start there. Corby Robinson, what a beautiful mark inside that 50. So positive start, a mark early inside their 50 and an early entry.
Yeah, the ball's gone out of bounds here, just right of centre wing. So as we said, 3 grades of footy. 5 of netball. We've got the second grand final following this between the Albury Tigers and the Lavington Panthers. Bounces at 11:30 a.m. The call will be brought to you by Blake Harescott, Scott Montgomery. And Dan, you'll be back, mate, for the seconds.
I will be back. Yep.
Russell and also Allen close to the boundary line. And there's Cohallen. It's a Daly and on the boot. And that one's rushed and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
I think there'll be a fair bit of pressure on early, so it might be a bit scrappy until they sort of settle their nerves and get a bit of a feel for it.
Yeah, really interesting. We took note before the bounce. Rovers, not one player inside their forward 50, so you'd think they'd probably want to get out the back and have some fast runners and get into open goal.
Now here's Schubert, and Judd got a quick handball out. And this is Sharp, and he wants to fire it out wide here, so a good one-on-one. And Swinnerton did nicely for the Panthers, then sends it forward. Barber. And also Lewis, as Lewis shifts it down the line here to centre wing on the far side. And Turner just goes hurriedly off the ground, and that's Comensoli. And also Waller out there. Comensoli wins it for the Rovers. Has a shot on the sticks, that's wayward. And it's gone out of bounds on the full, on the far side in the pocket, Dan.
You can already see the plan of attack there from Rovers. Their rebound from 50 is really, really fast. They really got it out of that back 50 from Turner and brought it up forward. So they're going to be very pacey going into the forward line, Lukey.
So we've almost gone 3 minutes on the McRae Motors time clock here, opening term. And the ball has gone out of bounds. And then the big one, of course, this afternoon between the Yarrawonga Pigeons and the Albury Tigers. Bounce at 2:30. And the Pigeons searching for their first flag in a decade since 2013. And the Tigers, well, it's been 5 years since they reigned supreme. 2018, their last premiership. And the call, the big one, from Gus McLeod, Robbie McKinlay, Scott Montgomery, Brad Freak, and Chris Mitchell. Can't wait for it. As the ball here is on centre wing. And they want to shift it back here through Rourke. Ledger just put it to deck, and Nash comes away from the Panthers now and sends it forward. Robertson's out the back, searching for it, bouncing ball, and goes through for another behind. So Lavington on the scoreboard, 2 behinds. That's the McRae Motors scoreboard. Lead the Rovers yet to score, Tommy.
Yeah, dangerous kick across there and got intercepted, and luckily didn't cost them a goal.
Gamble shifts it down the line, and this is Sharp now for the Rovers. Just right of centre wing and a broadcast side. And he wants to move it to the half-forward flank. Forrest, umpire pays it. So Tommy to take possession here on the forward flank for the Rovers. So what can they do here, the brown and gold, as they get an entry and they send it high. Schubert caught at the back. Ball comes to the front of the pack. Out the front now was Sam Nolan. Hand passes. So Rovers try to weave through defence. Taken by Russell though for the Panthers. And there's Leish, and he comes this way. Panthers with it now through Lockie Semler, and he wants to move it down the line. Again, just right of centre wing. And there's that man, Justin Lewis, who played close to 10 first-grade games this year for the Rovers. They've turned it over here, though. And coming away is Swinnerton for the Panthers. Lavis gets a crack at it. And here goes Patrick, he's brought down. Play goes on as the Rovers now move it out to the far side, and Sam Allen goes off the ground. And that ball's gone out of bounds, Dan.
Yeah, it has. It's a really positive start for Lavington. They're dominating the territory battle. 5 inside 50s already, and obviously a mark inside 50 from big Corby Robinson. So positive start for them. I just feel like Rovers need a little bit more time to settle. They're probably all over the shop at the moment. Chickens with their heads cut off for the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. So 5.5 gone on the McRae Motors scoreboard. Opening term, so the Navara Cup Grand Final still without a goal. Only early stages though. Here's Osborne, one of their stars, and then Coleman gets a hurried kick. And then the Panthers, through Patton, it's got brought to ground. And the Rovers go forward inside 50. And Schubert swings around on the left foot and gets the first goal of the Navara Cup Grand Final. Judge Schubert gets the major, Dan.
Yeah, what a start. You get Lavington, as we said, dominated the opening 5 minutes and the territory battle was theirs, but Rovers get one against the tide, and that's going to give them a lot of time to settle. Fantastic goal there, Tommy.
Yeah, Judd was one of our key forwards in our interleague too. He did play a game in the Bushies this year. He is a fantastic player, and if he gets his confidence up early, he'll be very hard to stop. Yeah,
and what a goal. And a really positive start for Xavier Russell. 3 early touches. Corby Robinson, Jack Costello getting their hands in the footy for Lavington, but Wangaratta Rovers, Ned Turner, Justin Lewis and Finn Osborne all touching the footy early. So positive signs for both teams.
Dan Vaccaro on the stat sheet. Got Tommy McGrath with us and Luke Francis for the Navara Cup Grand Final. There's Lions getting one out. And then Nash comes out of the middle for the Panthers. A wild ball going inside 50. Bouncing. Barber. Then over the top to Robertson. He couldn't quite reel it in. Lewis going back. And the ball has gone out of bounds in the pocket. Far side at the Hannah Street end.
Yeah, good result for Lavington to get the throw in there, and hopefully they can get something out of this entry. They've had 6 entries now and no score, well, no major score anyway.
Crowd starting to build up on this super day. What a beauty it is. That's a sort of a low flat throw in. That's okay. Play goes on. Costello tried to get a boot to it. That ball was tied up. Corrigan with it. He'll hand it back to the man in green. So we've got a stoppage, about 20 to 25 out. Front goal here. Ledger. She's got a fist to it. Here's Rigoni. Gets one out the side to Carell. And Carell shifts it down the line. Good footy from the Rovers. So just outside the arc of the 50 here. Far side. And Sam Nolan has been busy in the first term. Wants to move it down. That's a beautiful mark from Lions. A great mark, Tommy.
Yeah, that's one thing he does. He reads the play really well. Oscar plays that loose man in defence and floats across, and intercept marking is one of his strengths.
There's a whistle here.
Yeah, pushing the back.
And it was against Justin Lewis. And the umpire's going to call it back here.
No advantage.
That's right.
No, they called out in the full.
They did. In the end, they did. So that was interesting. So There's Gracie and Ely at the bottom of that one. Corrigan tried again. Gracie then gets it out to Coleman, and then Coleman on the left foot tries to come to Turner. He gets swung around in a tackle by Cahallan. And the Rovers through Vincent, then back to Turner. That was nice. And left to centre wing as the ball bounces here. Now here's Lish for the Panthers. He's got to work hard. Finn Osborne right on his tail. Nice work by Lish. Just got it forward in the end. He wants to send it out wide. And the Panthers through Swinnerton as they go down to centre wing. At far side of the ground. Rourke sees the ball out of bounds in front of Nash. And we'll have a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it's been a really good battle. It's been really even. Lavington have probably got the more inside 50s in the territory battles theirs, but Wangaratta Rovers looking to rebound really fast, Lukey. Finn Osborne, Ned Turner, Justin Lewis, all getting their hands in the footy early, and Riley Allen as well.
Absolutely. So the first goal of the game going the way of Judge Schubert for the Rovers. If you've just joined us, in the Navara Cup, brought to you by McRae Motors. Corrigan, now here's Ledger. Spits one out the back. Under pressure here. The Rovers defence, and they do nicely. So Rigoni's got it. Close to the boundary line, adjacent to the grandstand. Well, Vincent lost his footing over his head. Rourke went in, got a touch to it. And then Vincent goes again, and the umpire is going to call for it. So as we said, 5 grades of netball, so Wodonga Bulldogs and Raiders doing battle at the moment in the under-15s. Under-17s to follow. Again, it will be the Bulldogs and the Raiders. As here comes Vincent. And on the right boot, tried to get Common Solely. Just the ball a little bit tall for him. Pounces back on it, gets it out to Gracie. Shooting for their second goal of the game, the Rovers. Oh, Turner went back, just put it to deck. Right foot snap, turns around Ned. This is a high ball just out in front of the goal square. Osborne, he got a bad bounce. Lyons, Gracie, Turner. Yep, Ned Turner's got it. And the second goal is on the ball for the Rovers, Dan.
Yeah, it has, and it's come from Ned Turner, and what a start he's had. 4 disposals and a goal, so he's been the one really pumping them up in that forward line. Rovers have started really efficiently, 5 inside 50s now, and they're just going at a real potent forward line at the moment. Lavington, the opposite side of the story. Able to get it forward, but just unable to finish, Tommy.
Yeah, Lovey's had most of the play. They just haven't made the most of it yet. And Wang Rovers just look like they're a bit more dangerous going forward. One thing I think would be concerning Rovers, though, Levy just looked to have that edge in speed. So I think Rovers would rather a nice tight contest and not let them get outside.
So the Rovers with the first 2 majors on the board in the Navara Cup Grand Final for McRae Motors. We've gone 11.5 on the McRae Motors time clock. And here come the Panthers down the far side through Costello. And he wants to go to the arc of the 50. And a good mark is taken by Lewis. And he wants to drive it long here to true centre wing on the far side. Costello got a fist to it. Ends up with Vincent. Gets one out the side. Over the top to Osborne. He just wants to hold it up a little, Finn. Now he's calling for a lead. Here goes Gracie. Kick wasn't the best from Finn. Schubert missed him. And then Wills try to get the hand pass out. Now this is Lish. Getting run down by Turner. Umpire said, you're gone.
That's a fantastic tackle there by Turner. What a start he's had.
Ned goes wide. Schubert. Bounce before him. Hooks it around on the left boot. And then Semler got a really bad bounce. At ground level here, Russell goes for it. Gets one back to Semler. Vincent. So pretty chaotic play here at the moment. Hectic. And a free kick is going the way of the Panthers here for holding. So here they come through Semler. And they send it forward. A good attempted mark down there. High ball inside 50. Forrest sits under it. Rourke is there. Allen. Russell brings him to ground. And the umpire said it's over the shoulder, Dan.
It'll be a high free kick to Rovers, and they'll miss another opportunity there. Lovey going forward for the 8th time this quarter and unable to capitalise.
12 plays 2 on the McRae Motors scoreboard. There's Rigoni. Down to Gracie. He's getting his confidence up. And just gets it to Ashton and then dances around a couple. Left foot, sends it in. Oh, Schubert. Big pack of players. Many numbers around the ball here. Ely goes to ground. Leash brings him to deck, and we'll have another stoppage, Tommy.
Judge Schubert, he's doing a power work up there. He's the number one forward they'll look for all the time, and he's doing well at bringing the ball to ground.
Yeah, he's got great hands. It's Croker. Ball got smothered. Plunkett for the Panthers. This is going to find the boundary line, and it does. In the A-grade netball today, that'll be at 12:15. It's the Lavington Panthers up against the Wodonga Raiders, and at 1:45 p.m. it's B-grade with the Pigeons up against the Wodonga Raiders, and C-grade is at 3:15 this afternoon, the Yarrawonga Pigeons versus the Myrtleford Saints. Ball up, left to centre wing, just in front of our broadcast spot. Gee, we've got
And he got...
What's happened there, Dan?
He got railed into the ground there by the Lavington player, and he's hurt his head a little bit, but he's up and about. It's good to see the emergency umpire. You always know there's something brewing when the emergency umpire in the tracky pants comes out. So
yeah, the old tracky ducks.
Cool it down, boys.
That's it. They just a signal of authority, Dan. The old tracky ducks. Yeah, Ashton.
Holding the ball. The worrying sign for Rovers now, Luke, is not only are they more potent going forward, they've actually got the territory battle won at the moment. So Lavington really need to be careful here.
Zach Satori with the ball. He played first grade this year for the Rovers. Oh, Satori's kick wasn't the best one. And here's Costello coming away for the Panthers, and he really lays it on the boot. That's nice. Lyons is running onto it at the moment. Got a beautiful bounce. And then he took on Rourke. Gee, Rourke did magnificently well to get hold of him. Lyons goes again here. Right foot, hooks it back. Oh, great footy, Tommy McGrath.
It was great footy, but I think the Rovers they were a bit unlucky there not getting the free kick for holding the ball when Oscar had that bounce and got tackled by Sam.
Yeah, that's right. So Rourke holding on for dear life, but the umpire said play on. And now Robertson. So this is Corby. He missed his first shot on goal to the Hannah Street end. Can he nail this one? Yes, he can. So the Panthers get their first goal of the game. So 12 plays 8 on the McRae Motors scoreboard, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, and what a great finish there by Lavington. The one thing that really stood out to me, Tommy, was that was the first time this quarter where they've gone inside that 50 with space. Every other time it's been really congested. It's been hard for them to get that kick away. Where that there, it may have been a little bit unlucky with the Rovers player there, but the main thing was that that forward 50 was open and Lavington were able to score. So really good reply there. 9 inside 50s apiece now for both teams. Ned Turner's been fantastic for Rovers, and Xavier Russell has been the major ball winner for Lavy. 5 disposals early.
I just see Lockie Semler's come off winded there about a couple of minutes ago, so hopefully he's okay and can come back on.
Turner hacks it off the ground, and Swinnerton, he goes forward for the Panthers. They get another entry, and Lyons has taken the mark. Second bite of the cherry.
Yeah, really good mark there by Lions. Really strong contestant mark, and that game there, that part of their game today has not been suffering. They've taken a few marks inside 50, so they look really promising in that regard. Let's see if he's got the distance, Lukey.
Absolutely, Dan.
He's looking dangerous up there, Oscar. He's not known as a forward, so he's doing a really good job.
So this would put the Panthers in front. That one's wide to the left, and it's gone through for one behind. So 12 plays 9. On the McRae Motors scoreboard here. On the time clock, we're going 17. This is the opening term, Navara Cup Under-18s Grand Final for 2023. As we said, the Panthers' last third-grade flag was in 2009, 14 years ago, and for the Rovers, 2018, 5 years ago. Here's Forrest, quickly on the boot, went by Vincent. And then the Panthers, through Wilson, sends it down the line. The mark is taken by Lord. So that one a little wide. It stayed in.
I thought he almost kept it in.
I thought he did too.
It's what's really intriguing as well. Both teams not using the corridor at all, so they're both really happy to go up the line, keeping their cards close to their chest at the moment, Lukey.
Absolutely. Ball back into play. Corrigan and Forrest. Forrest goes again. And they come this way, the Rovers. Patton was at the front, Gracie there, and at the bottom is Semler. And the umpire to take it again.
What an intriguing first quarter. I think both teams have had their moments. Rovers probably dominated 3/4 of the quarter there, getting the scoreboard pressure, but Lavington have come back really well here.
He goes Russell down the line. Nash couldn't take the mark. Satori got swung around by Nash, went by Russell. And then Lavis turned it over to Satori again. And the umpire's called holding the ball here. So Lavis plays on, and a good smother by Gemmell. Ball out of bounds here, right on the arc of the 50 to the Hannah Street end.
Oh, and Xavier Russell just pushed over there, but nothing to see there from the umpire.
With Tom McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis, Navara Cup Grand Final. Hope you're enjoying the live stream, as we said. Seconds to come up after this. The Tigers taking on the Panthers. Bounce for that one is at 11:30 a.m. As the ball comes down just in front of our broadcast spot, there's Gracie and also Potter. Gracie, has that ball just gone out of bounds? He's sort of sporting the Bondi Beach hairdo, Dan.
The old Jack Ginnivan 2022 look, I reckon, too, Tommy. But I'll tell you what, who's done the most case today? That emergency umpire has gone up and down that forward line. Just a few little spot fires at the moment, Lukey,
Yeah.
so it's really interesting stuff.
He might be letting his coaches know that he's ready to go on. Adjudicate, give him a run. I like it.
Just cops him high there. It's a free kick to Lavington. And a really good comeback here. A really good fight back from Lavington. They probably started the hot team with their inside 50s. Rovers put scoreboard pressure on them, and Lavington are fighting back really well here.
Leash has been good in defence, Tommy.
Yeah, he great runner. He's got great endurance. Played some bushy footy this year, so he's a very good player, Will.
Yeah. Ball at ground level, we'll have another stoppage. So 12 plays 9 here, opening term.
Just another little spot fire
yeah.
there. Xavier Russell seems to be in the thick of it every single stoppage, I reckon, boys.
He does. Just that real sort of bulldog mentality with that headgear on. And here he goes, Russell, and that one's a wild kick from Xavier.
It is a wild kick from Xavier. Had a really good first quarter too. He's just been that bull in the midfield, Tommy. He's up to 7 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet as well.
He's up from your way, Lukey. I think Narendra Leeton sort of thing. And he's
Is he really?
down here at uni.
That's why he's a bit
beautiful.
hard. That's why he's a bit tough, Lukey. Likes the thick
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
They bring
Right.
it tough down there. You're the exception, of course.
Well, let's not go too far down. The heart of the Riverina, beautiful. Here goes Osborne. Oh, not his best kick, Finn. So he wheels that one in. A good play, though, from the Rovers. And Sam Nolan, he wants to thump it forward. Schubert nearly reeled it in. Gracie, he's getting involved in the first term. And there's Ashton, spearing kick. Laser bullet. Back towards probably about 25 out from goal as Coleman got swung around. There's Daly from the Panthers again. Back towards the centre. Nash flying over the top. Here's Riley Allen, as we said, on the Thirds Best and Fairest medal on Monday night. Well done to him. Coleman again. About a 25-metre kick and spots up Ashton at true centre half forward here, Dan.
Yeah, he has, and he's got a really good opportunity. If he wants to go quick, and he didn't, so he's got to go back and pump it to a contest now, Luke.
So here's the captain of the Rovers. Oh, Will. And Leash again. Well, he's just been prominent down there, as Tommy said. Played bushies this year. True centre wing this side. Cahallan with the ball now. Inboard to Russell. It's been fantastic in this first term. Brought to you by McRae Motors. Over the top of Robertson. He's got a chance to run on. Off the ground, and Lyons kicks the goal. Gee, that worked out all right.
Yeah, what a finish there by Lavington. And that man again, Xavier Russell, has just been an absolute dynamite in that midfield for Lavington. He's able to find space where Rovers can't. He's obviously working over their midfielders, and he just went forward there and set up that goal single-handedly, Tommy.
And quick thinking by Corby just to kick it off the ground into the square. And one thing Corby is really well known for is his celebrations.
There you go.
Keep an eye on him after a goal.
Old Bailey Fraunfelder type, Lukey.
Yeah, that's it. That's right, Dan from the Pigeons.
Yeah, Alex Marklew. There's a lot of them in the seniors, so hopefully when he makes his mark in a couple of years, he's in good company.
Yeah, we love it. So 15 plays 12 on the McRae Motors scoreboard. We've gone 22 and a half on the time clock. Been a brilliant opening term. So 2 goals apiece to both the Panthers and the Rovers. As Gracie has another chance at this. Osborne runs onto it. And the siren has gone to bring quarter time here in the Navara Cup Under-18s Grand Final for 2023. And at the first break, it is the Lavington Panthers 2-3-15 leading the Wang Rovers 2 straight 12. We'll be back on the live stream right after this.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Lavington Sports Ground on Grand Final Day 2023. This is the Navara Cup Under-18s Grand Final between the Lavington Panthers and the Wang Rovers. And at the first break, it is the Panthers 2-3-15 to the Rovers 2 straight 12s. So 2 majors from both teams in the first quarter. Judd Schubert kicked the first for the Rovers. It was then Ned Turner kicking the second major at the 11-minute mark. And then for the Panthers, they kicked the last 2 goals of the game. One through Corby Robertson at the 16-minute mark, and 22 minutes in, it was Oscar Lyons. So, Dan and Tommy, we've seen a great opening term here to the Granny.
Yeah, it has. It's been a really high skill level term. It probably took 5 or so minutes to cool down and everyone just to get the rhythm in their feet and the nerves. But what a start. I think Lavington came out of the blocks and really dominated that quarter. in the first 10 minutes, and then Rovers fought back really hard and put scoreboard pressure on. And it almost felt like Lavington were almost falling into a little bit of a hole, and then they came back as well.
Yes.
So it almost had everything. The major ball winners for Lavington, 8 disposals for Xavier Russell. He's been almost best on ground for mine. And for Wangaratta Rovers, Ned Turner, 5 touches and a goal, Lukey.
Super, Dan. It's been great to watch, Tommy.
Yeah, the tackling's been exceptional, and you can see a few skill errors by Rovers. They're late just because of that perceived pressure that Lavi's putting on. And like Dan said, Xavier Russell's really standing out. I know he's got the headgear there, but like he's just in everything at the moment.
He absolutely is. He's been tenacious. We're about to go in the second term. So for McRae Motors, let's have a look here. Centre of the ground, and Daly and Forrest to do battle in the ruck duel again. Now here's Lyons, gets his hands on the footy. Right of centre wing, and wants to send it down towards the arc of the 50. Satori couldn't quite get a fist to it. Cahallan running back with it. Ends up with Ledger for the Rovers. Wants to spit one out the side to Zach Satori. And then Robertson takes him in a tackle. And the umpire is going to call it here. So we've gone about 30 seconds here in the second quarter as the crowd starts to build. Look at them over on the hill, would you guys? Just unreal. As Russell swings one back. Robertson front spot. Lewis was on his tail. Barber just got a quick boot to it. And this one's going to be knocked across the line here at the scoreboard end.
Yeah, and a really positive start for Lavington, getting the first centre clearance of the day and pushing it forward as well. And on the back of Xavier Russell, already another touch in the opening 30 seconds.
Now Lewis, the fullback position. Good play, this guy, Tommy.
He is. Just his composure. It stood out in that first quarter a couple of times where he was able to just soak up the pressure and hit a target coming out of defence.
Yeah, the one thing I really like about him is his disposal game hasn't been huge. He only had the 3 disposals in that first quarter, but every time he's got it, he's hit a target, which is what Rovers need more of going into the second half.
Osborne with the long ball out towards centre wing. Panthers have it though. And they're going to shift it here to the middle of the ground. Here's Swinnerton. Just right of the heart of the Lavington Sports Ground. Looks absolutely super. There goes Patton, sending it in. Oh, gee, big contest down there. Satori. So it's been good at the start of the second term. Hat kick off the ground. Here's Gemmell. He went to ground. Out the back now to Swinnerton for the Panthers. Low ball going in. Forrest hurriedly on the boot. Finds Vincent on the halfback flank for the Rovers. Let's see what he can do here, Vincent. Trey moves it down the line. This is Wills for the Panthers. Didn't quite get the target. Leash had a fantastic opening term. Back to Lyons and on to Patton. Good work here to Costello. Good footy from the Panthers. They send it down to the arc of the 50 and then knocked out of bounds here by Justin Lewis.
Yeah, the one thing I've really noticed about Lavington in the opening few minutes is they've looked to the corridor about 3 times already, and they didn't even do that once in the first quarter. So it's almost as if the coach challenged them at quarter time. Hey, let's get through that middle and let's get it in really fast and put those Rovers defenders under pressure, Lukey.
Dan Vaccaro on the stat sheet for us today. We've got Tommy McGrath, the coach of the under-18s rep team, with us. Really knows his stuff. Robertson just slipped and went to ground. And well done by Sam Nolan, weaving through traffic. Sends it out wide, though. He's turned it over, though, to Cahallan. So Archie has it about 60 out from goal here, and he wheels around and pops it up. That's a nice ball. Just a danger kick. Oh, what a mark from Robertson. That was an absolute beauty, Tommy.
He has a lot of tricks, Corby, and that's obviously one of his strengths. Again, his overhead marking.
Absolutely brilliant. Avara Cup Under-18s brought to you by McRae Motors. Look at the crowd building up on the hill, Dan.
It looks unreal. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. Magnificent. So here goes Corby. Lavington in front by 4 at the moment. This to take the margin to 10. Shifts it. He might have steered it through. Yep, he's just squeezed it through, Corby. A great goal. That is a McRae Nissan goal of the day.
Yeah, beautiful. And what a mark by Corby. He's done that twice already today, so he's really coming to the tuition for Lavington as well. But what a start by Lavington. The scoreboard, inside 50 pressure, 5 inside 50s already, and we've only been playing 4.5 minutes so far. So really positive starts of this quarter from Lavington. Looking a little bit more daring, going through the midfield and getting it in really, really fast. When you get it in fast, you put defenders under pressure, Luke.
You're right about that, Dan. So the Panthers with the last 3 goals of the game, Tommy.
Yeah, I think Benny Tallarico's used Riley Allen in a bit of a stopping role at different times this year. I think he might be considering putting him onto Xavier Russell at the moment.
Ball out the back here. Players fight away for it. And the ball has gone out of bounds
in
the back pocket.
Lavington again just winning it out of that midfield so easily. If it's not Xavier Russell, it's someone else. So Rovers really got to tighten up the screws here.
Let's have a look at this one. A few players of this contest. Forrest got his hands to it. And then Cahalan came in. Sharp goes in. Ball at ground level. And Vincent playing a good game is Trey. Bouncing ball left of his centre. And swung around as Finn Osmond. Patton had him. And the umpire's going to call for it here.
There's one thing that's definite. Both tackling pressure from both teams has been absolutely superb in this quarter.
Here comes your man, Dan, the emergency umpire.
He's covering the Ks.
In those tracky dacks. He'll be warming up. Lions, he'd be just starting to heat up, I reckon, Tommy.
I'm not sure if he had to come out then, Tommy. I reckon there was just a little bit of pushing and shoving, but he's obviously very toey, the emergency umpire.
Yeah, I like it.
Looking for a closer view.
Exactly. You got to get involved on GF Day. We all want a piece of it. Here's Gracie. Well, speaking of standing out, love the hairdo here. It's the best. So Cooper, long sleeves. He wants to send it in with a high ball, so a danger one for the Panthers defence. Oh, well done from Wilson. He's an athletic type, Tommy.
He is. Under 16 kid too, played in the New South Wales team. I think made All-Australian.
Great effort.
There you go.
Outside 50. As the Panthers through Corrigan.
There they go again in that midfield. I know they turned it over, but they're looking really aggressive to go through the middle.
Yeah, you're right, Dan. Real attacking footy. Patton gets swung around. And we'll have a stoppage here on the arc of the 50 at the Hannah Street end. And welcome to you. Good morning to wherever you may be tuning in to this live stream of the Under-18s Grand Final for 2023. Brought to you by McRae Motors, Tom McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis. And just a beautiful vantage point up here in the media box at the Lavington Sports Ground. What a wonderful facility it is. Here's Riley Allen going inside 50. It's wide. Vincent wants to shimmy and come around this way. Bouncing ball in front of Phil Potts and also Wilson. Ball's gone out of bounds.
Yeah, the one thing, I just watched that stoppage there. No one is going to Xavier Russell. So he was in about 2 metres of space at that stoppage and he got the handball out again. So Rovers really need to identify that he's the best player on the ground at the moment and get someone to him.
3-4-22, plays 2 straight. The Panthers up on the McRae Motors scoreboard. Big swipe out of the ruck. Russell off to Costello. He wanted to move it to Semler. And then Croker just got his kick smothered. Great work from Ely. Then a high ball, Lions at the front, Gracie at the back. Here's Wills, Gracie, oh good work, went in hard. Just created a contest and ball's gone out of bounds.
Yeah, really starting to count the ball inside that 50 now for Rovers.
I just see Tom Forrest sitting down on the bench here, which means Judge Schubert's gone into the ruck, and Rovers just seem to be lacking that presence up forward now, that target to kick it to.
Yeah, very good, Tommy. Ball knocked out of the contest, and that was Costello. Gee, that's a long kick. Beautiful strike of the Sharon. Out towards centre wing on the far side, so there's Schubert there. And that's Carell. And ball goes down the line to Sam Nolan, and they play on. The Rovers, look at that long ball going forward. Phil Potts at the back, got hands to it, couldn't cling on to it as Will streams out of the fence for the Panthers. Good work, and they hold up. And he gets it to Corey Brown.
Fantastic play then from Jack Wills. Didn't look like he was a chance of spoiling that, but got his fist in and did a great job.
He certainly did, and that one's wide from Brown, and it's gone out of bounds on the full here. So the Rovers will come back into attack, Dan.
Yeah, really having the territory battle here, Rovers, for the last 3 or so minutes. So they're at the 4 inside 50 now on the 40-wing stat sheet, Lukey.
Judge Schubert's got a beautiful left foot. Look at that on display. Great delivery.
That's the best entrance I've seen all day.
Couldn't agree more. And then into Riley Allen.
Yeah, fantastic play there by Rovers. They're really starting to dominate this contest now in the last 4 or so minutes. Not only are they going inside 50, they're going with absolute precision, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm just noticing Levy seems to have more blokes around the footy, so winning a lot of the clearances because of that fact.
So the Rovers looking at their 3rd goal of the game. So this would bring it back to a 4-point margin. Panthers leading 22-12. Riley Allen, this highly talented footy player, and he nails it, Riley. Great goal for the Rovers, and doesn't he pump him up, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. Riley Allen, good starts to this game. He's up to 5 disposals and a goal as well, and he loves the celebration too, this young fella. So I think all of them are very sure of themselves, these young boys. So no, good on them. It's a really good kick there, and Rovers a really good goal. 5 inside 50s now for them. Finn Osborne, Justin Lewis, Riley Allen, all getting their hands on the footy early in this quarter.
All part of that Corowa connection, Dan, with Finn Osborne, Riley Allen, Justin Lewis, Tom Forrest having come over because they didn't have an under-18s at Corowa.
All the Corowa boys. A wild bunch right here.
Yeah, the Roos, eh? Gee, they got some talent. Here's Russell again, try to get one out the back. Finn Osborne's on to this, tapping it along the ground, couldn't quite pick it up. And then, gee, Patton was back there. Osborne again went with the banana across the face, and that one's gone out of bounds. So that goal from Riley Allen broke
and
3
here he
straight
is, my
goals.
man. He's streaming
he's
out
back
the
on
ground.
again. Emergency umpire.
He does not miss a trick, this fella.
No, that's the best. That is the best. I reckon he might have said to a few of them, hey, boys, you know, leading up to the game, I don't mind a bit of a scuffle and this and that, and that'll get me involved in the day. Here they come, Patton, the Panthers, to Robertson, then over the top to Nash. Had to go back and retrieve it, sends it back to Russell. A few handballs here, and the Rovers tie them up. Common Soul, he brings him to ground. Ashton there, so too is Sature.
Really
the umpire will have it.
Really good tackle there by Rovers. You saw Xavier Russell ride the bump really well, but a great tackle.
Finn Osborne coming to the bench, and gee, he looks spent at the moment. Tommy?
He started forward that quarter and then went about the 5-minute mark. So he's had 6 or 7 minutes on ball. Tommy Forrest has come back on and he's gone forward.
Yeah, he's really worked, Finn Osborne. Coming to the bench for a break. Now here's Lish. Good style of player. Nice footy over the top. Finding Swinnerton. Coleman was right on his tail, but he's got to kick away Swinnerton. That ball went by Rourke. And Cahallan in a battle for it. And here's Brown. Sature had him. Working close to the boundary line down there. Well, that one bounced past Swinnerton. Ends up with Lish again. Out the back. This is Harry Wilson. Wheels around. Wants to send it right across the ground here. So this will be interesting. Semler has to go for the Panthers. Did nicely in the end. And Waller. And back to Semler. And Semler not the best at kicks. Ely now for the Rovers. So he gets it out wide. As they chip it over the top. Ely again, left to centre wing. So 22 plays 18 here on the McRae Motors scoreboard. They've gone 12.5 on the McRae Motors time clock. As Forrest sends it forward inside 50. Well, that was too easy. Ned Turner in a mile of space, Dan Vaccaro. And the Panthers would be disappointed with that.
Yeah, they would be after having that sort of couple of minute play in there, forward half. But Ned Turner again, so he's up to 6 touches and a goal. He's been really lively for Rovers. Probably been their most exciting and most important player so far.
Yeah, really good forward craft from Turner there. He sort of went back towards goal, turned his opponent around, then led back up at the footy.
Ned Turner latches onto that one, but that one's gone left and that one's through for one behind. So 22 plays 19 on the McRae Motors scoreboard here. Time clock's gone just over 13 minutes. Here with Tom McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis for the Navara Cup Grand Final. As we said, the seconds, of course, to follow between the Albury Tigers and Lavington Panthers. Bounces at 11:30. Blake Escott, Scott Montgomery and Dan Vaccaro will be back for that one also. And then the big one, the Yarrawonga Pigeons up against the Albury Tigers. Bounce for the first grade grand finals at 2:30 p.m. Gus McLeod, Robbie McKinlay, Scott Montgomery, Brad Freak and Chris Mitchell with the call. Oh,
big
yeah.
names in there, Lukey.
Oh,
I'll tell you too.
That's it. Is a ball up. And Satori, and quickly off the ground. Here's Vincent. Gets the handball out the front of the contest. Patton for the Panthers, working hard. Oh, well done. And got the handball out to Semler. And the ball goes down the line, bouncing. Ely. And here's Nash in that blonde hairdo. And wants to swing it around inside 50. Oh, over the top, Robertson. Nearly took a hanger. Ball's gone to ground. This one's going to be tied up.
He looks to be the most dangerous forward on the ground, that Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
He just jumps at everything. He's already taken probably 2 or 3 really good contested marks too. So really super signs for Lavington if they get him going for the next 2 quarters.
That's right, as Tommy said, towards the start of the game, and a big year on the goal-kicking list in the under-18s, did Corby Robertson. And that was Rigoni. Goes again, Rigoni, then went to the deck. Ashton, the captain of the Rovers, just turns it over. And the Panthers have a chance to go forward. Allen a little bit too tall for him. Lyons comes out. Try to feed one out to Swinnerton. Gracie goes again. Look at the footy players going in for this one. Swinnerton over the top. Russell. Ashton's got him. Well, this is wonderful to watch. Navara Cup on the line here. Both teams just want it so much, desperately, Dan.
Yeah, pressure's been amazing from both teams. Lavington really starting to win the footy in their half, which is super exciting. 9 inside 50s for them. Rovers 8 inside 50s for this quarter.
Panthers with a 3-point lead here. 15 and a half gone, second term. And here's Swinnerton after it. He picked this one up. Tried to. He was against 2 Rovers. It was always going to be hard. Sam Nolan comes away with it and gets it to Ned Turner. Now he wants to spear it back towards the middle, but a 3-on-1 here. Panthers take it, and a good mark to Patton. He's been good in the second term, is Nick. Oh, that wasn't his best kick. Smothered by Sharp. Goes again, Patton. Now he's brought to ground, so unfortunately for Nick, it just didn't work. Comensoli now. Here's Sam. Sends it forward for the Rovers. Ball goes to ground. Ely, left foot. And that one's gone across the face and hit the behind post. Tommy?
The intensity hasn't dropped off. Like, there's plenty of space out there. Or there's going to be more and more as it does. But at the moment, the boys are cracking in. And, yeah, there hasn't been a let up.
For sure. And you notice just then the Rovers bench screaming to go forward. So they're probably trying to take a leaf out of Lavington's book. Get it in that forward 50 as quickly as you can and put the pressure on Lavington defenders.
Been a great game so far. Osborne, no. That one to the right and through for one behind. So they've had 3 goals to both the Rovers and the Panthers. So for the Rovers, it's been Judge Schubert, Ned Turner and Riley Allen kicking majors. And for the Panthers, Corby Robertson has kicked 2 and Oscar Lyons with a single.
Xavier Russell coming in for his 8th disposal of the quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet.
It's been fantastic. Ball out of bounds, right of centre wing.
I think Lockie Semler is starting to have a bit of an impact over on that far wing too. He's had a bit of the ball this quarter, coming back from a finger injury. He's been playing a lot of golf lately, plays off scratch.
But does he?
So it's
wow.
Footy's probably his second thing.
It's amazing. What a talent. Ely. Panthers were all over him. Forrest dishes one back to Coleman. And out to Osborne. Try to get Ely down the line. Good contest. Ball's gone out of bounds here. So, just got a wonderful game here in the under-18s. As we said, the crowd flocking in nicely to the Lavington Sports Ground on the Ovens and Murray's biggest day. Here's Turner. Ned bursts onto it. Oh, nice. Guess who? Leash back there.
He's been fantastic, Leash. He's mopped up absolutely everything that comes his way this quarter.
And a nice kick to Russell. As Dan Vaccaro said, this man highly involved is Xavier. And back in to Nick Patton. Gee, there's some talent in this game here, Tommy.
There is Xavier Russell. He's probably best on ground at the moment. Interesting, he was best on ground in the second semi.
Yeah.
17 disposals for Xavier Russell too.
There goes Trey Vincent. High one to the arc. Patton and also Schubert come out to meet it. And the umpire is going to throw it in here. Seconds coming up at 11:30. The big one at 2:30 today. And you're with Tom McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis here for the Navara Cup Under-18s Grand Final. There's Forrest. Osborne bursting through. Good footy. Finn on the boot. Oh, that is an absolute gem of a goal. That is a McRae-Nissan goal of the day. You won't see a better goal kick than that all day, Dan Vaccaro.
That was absolutely fantastic by Finn Osborne. Any wonder why the senior boys are looking at him? He hit that contest with absolute pace. You see that stuff in the AFL, like likes of Petrarca and Clayton Oliver. He was fantastic. He just got the ball out of that clearance at absolute 100% pace and then put it through for a goal, Tommy.
That was the second one he'd done in a row. First one 2 minutes ago from that boundary throw and did exactly the same thing, got it, and hit that one out of bounds. Made amends that time, and a fantastic goal by Finn.
Yeah, what a goal. He got on his bike and hit that contest as hard as he could.
Real team lifter.
What a great goal for Rovers. 9 inside 50s now for the quarter. Ned Turner 4 disposals and Finn Osborne 6 disposals and a goal.
Oh, just a piece of individual brilliance from Finn Osborne. Super to watch. Now here's Barber. He swings around for the Panthers. Can they get the quick reply here on their home deck? Here's Robertson. Ball heading towards the pocket. Satori sees it out. What a game we've got on our hands. So the Rovers up by 4 points. 4-2-26 to Lavington's 3-4-22 on the McRae Motors scoreboard. And we're gone just over 20, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, Lukey, the contest has been unbelievable from both teams. As I just see my man with the tracksuit out again in the half-back line. He wants a piece of the action, I think.
I hope he brought a second pair of tracky dacks, because I reckon the first pair will be sweating up.
Might be the loose man.
That's right.
He's covering some Ks.
He is. Rightio. Stoppage inside 50. Scoreboard end. Satori on the boot. Heading towards Sam Allen. Oh, well done. Nash over the top. Gracie goes in to make a contest of it. Umpire's going to have it. Just got to commend the ground staff here at the Lavington Sports Ground.
Just about to say the same thing, Lukey, and the crowd is building up beautifully. Look at that hill now.
Absolutely. Just a magic scene. Now, Costello wants to swing it back. Bouncing ball in front of Lyons. He's got to go. Rourke was on his tail. They get one out the back to Semler. Tried to get Swinnerton. Didn't quite come off. Satori has to work hard. And then ball at the bottom. Almost in the pocket here. Scoreboard end far side. And the umpire to have it again. So we will have a stoppage. So 3 footy grand finals and 5 grades of netball. So it's coming up to about 8 to 10 here. And at 10:15, the under-17s netball will commence between the Bulldogs and the Raiders. And under 15s, which is on at the moment, is also between the Bulldogs and the Raiders. And they lead in to the big one. As we said, the A-grade netball grand final this year is between the Lavington Panthers and the Wodonga Raiders. That one's at 15:15 midday, 12:15. And ball goes forward hurriedly for the Panthers. Corrigan. He might have kicked this, has he?
He did, off the ground. A great goal there by Corrigan.
Right at Corrigan. What a goal.
Opportunistic, that one.
Wasn't it? What, against the flow. So that was just the one that they needed. And it was something that got a nothing there.
Yeah, what a fantastic game of footy, by the way, boys. It's got everything. The pressure has been unbelievable, but the skill level's been fantastic. You saw 5 minutes ago that goal by Finn Osborne, individual brilliance at its finest. And then you just saw a kick off the ground by Corrigan there, which was really neat as well. So what a contest. 12 inside 50s for Lavington, which is actually surprising. Wangaratta only having the 9, but seems like they've won the territory battle this quarter, even though they've had the less forward 50s.
I think you might find that was Oscar Lyons that ended up kicking that off the ground.
Oscar Lyons, sorry.
It was Lyons, was it?
Yeah.
I had
Spilled out off Ryder, and Oscar put his boot on the line.
Yeah, well done, Tom. I had my head down looking at the netball notes.
Sure, Oscar will claim it.
And then, that's right. And then Corrigan got it on the boot, and Lyons ended up with the goal. So well done. So
now he's got a barrel, isn't he?
Yeah, so this would be interesting. So we've got a situation where the Rovers are going to have a shot here. Right on the halftime break. So 28 plays 26.
He's going the barrel.
He's going to go the barrel. So let's have a look. what'll happen here? So Oliver Sharp has hooked that one to the left or shanked it, and that ball has gone out of bounds. So what a half of footy we've seen in the Navara Cup Grand Final under 18s, brought to you by McRae Motors. And at the long break, it is the Lavington Panthers by 2 points, 4-4-28 to the Rovers 4-2-26. We'll get to a break on the live stream and be back very shortly for more action in the Navara Cup, brought to you by McRae Motors.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Lavington Sports Ground on Grand Final Day 2023. We're not far off getting a third term underway here in the Navara Cup, and a 2-point lead to Lavington, 4-4-28 to the Wang Rovers, 4-2-26. And what a brilliant first half we had. Let's hope we can get that in the second half. Here's Rourke, and he got the ball away here. So the Panthers with it through Swinnerton, and Alex just left of centre wing here. Taking his time to move this ball on. Try to go to Cohallen. Cohallen has to go again. Got brought down. Rourke, good handball inside to Gemmell. And Gemmell got brought down. What's the umpire going to say here?
Didn't have the footy of the Rovers player, so free kick to Rovers.
Yep, so Wallace Gemmell had moved the footy on and was taken down. So he's in the pink boots here, Dan. They stand out.
Yeah, very. It's what they run with now, the young fellas.
Yeah, quite stylish. In he goes to Ashton. So Will, as we said, the captain of the Rovers this year in the 18s, Navara Cup. Big pack of players going up. Here's Nash. And then gets it off to Russell. Had a super first half. Sends it out towards centre wing. Robertson, a long way from home. Kicked 2 goals in the opening half of the footy.
Just notched up his 20th disposal, Xavier Russell, so he has been amazing today.
Sure has. So goals to the Rovers through Judge Schubert, Ned Turner, Riley Allen, and Finn Osborne kicked an absolute cracker. Now, let's have a look here. This ball staying in play. Corrigan gets it on the boot, and it's hit the behind post. And we're going to have a boundary throw in. And then goals to the Panthers. Corby Robertson with 2, as we said, and also Oscar Lyons kicking 2 goals in the first half.
To Lavington, because it actually would be out in the full, yeah. Hammered it into the point post.
Righto. So Barber has got the pill here. This is Harry. Now, will he run around here? You'd think he would, Dan.
He'd have to, yep.
Right footer, Hannah Street end, tough, swings around, snaps it. He snuck it through from behind.
Just surprised to see Cooper Gracie starting on the bench. I thought he was very influential in that first quarter, so I'm not sure if he's got an injury.
Yeah, that's something we'll need to keep an eye on, because he was fantastic in that first.
Does have his knee heavily strapped.
Yeah.
He certainly was, Tommy. Good pick up. As Ledger comes away from the Rovers to the half-back flank, and a good mark taken. The Rovers have it. They want to shift it right down the line here, over the top. Forrest. Did he get hands first to that? Umpires paid it, and they play on. Head inside 50. Wilson try to take the mark. Schubert try to pick it up off the deck. Wilson goes again. Gets it out the back to Wills. And this one is coming towards Gemmell. Swings around. A great contest here between Waller and also Gemmell. And the ball's gone out of bounds just adjacent to the scoreboard, Dan.
Yeah, not much has changed since the first half. Both teams really coming out hard. Both inside 50 entries for both teams. So Xavier Russell, 2 disposals already in the opening 3 minutes as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Absolutely. Going to ground, Semler. What's the umpire going to say here?
It'll be a free kick.
Didn't have the footy.
Yeah. So, Lockie Semler, his father Martin played in Albury, 1997 Premiership. Yep. He's captain of Holbrook in 2004, the Premiership also there. Tommy, as Robertson takes the mark down forward.
He has been fantastic today, Robinson. He looks the most lively forward on the ground, and his marking has just been amazing today, and he'll go back and slot this 20 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, so Corby looking at his 3rd goal in the grand final. So this would get them out to a nice little break. Just handy. Here goes Corby, 25 out, and he nails it. And doesn't he love it? Look at him. Pump these Panthers up.
Jumper grud too. What a fantastic finish by Corby Robinson. That must get the Lavington boys up and about. Positive start this quarter. 3 inside 50s with the mark to Corby Robinson and the goal. Xavier Russell already 3 disposals. That brings his total to 21 for the game as well. So great form, Tommy.
Yeah, he's a hard matchup, Corby, because he's very strong overhead, but he's also quick. So he can get him on the lead, he can get him in the air, and as I said, Harry Nolan has got a very difficult job to keep him in control.
What a luxury to have in your team.
Yeah, so that's a trio for Corby, Tommy.
Yeah, he can go on ball too when needed, so he's a real barometer for them.
Lyons dishes it out to Nash, and then Costello regathered on the second attempt and sends it inside 50. Guess who? Robertson just bounced before him. Barber, oh nice, clever, back to Robertson, on the boot, going down forward. And then Wilson, in fact Rigoni is back there, and he takes it across the chalk here for the Rovers.
Yeah, really looking like they could bust this contest open a little bit, Tommy, here, Lavington. They've got the territory battle and they look threatening in front of the goals.
Yeah, they've got a lot of weapons, so it's going to be very hard for Rovers to try and control them all.
Osborne, and then he's taken in a Lear's tackle. Two good players there. And the umpire to take it.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh, your man. He's just lingering around, your man, Dan, the emergency umpire.
He's fantastic.
Played a great part in the first half. Here's Russell, and he gets it off to Semler, and then Semler swings it around and sends it down towards the arc. Well, the paint of the 50, and Rigoni with a nice punch. Out of bounds, just in front of Lavis.
Yeah, fantastic start by Lavington here. Just as I said before, really threatening. 5 inside 50s now this quarter for Lavington. Rovers only gone forward twice, so big opportunity here for Lavington to put some scoreboard pressure on.
Certainly is, as more spectators continue to make their way to the Lavington Sports Ground. Look at that crowd up at the netball courts, would you, Tommy and Dan?
I'll tell you later, Lukey, you will not see a blade of grass on that hill. People will be everywhere over there. It's the best place to be. A couple of quiet beverages too, I reckon.
Oh, that's right.
I'll be up there.
Beautiful.
Great stuff, Tommy. Here's Coleman over the top to Sharp, got spun around in the tackle. And Semler tried to get it to Russell. Ely came in. Umpire to take it again. You're with Tommy McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis from the Navara Cup Under-18s Grand Final. And at the moment, it's a 10-point lead to the Panthers. 36 plays, 26. Forrest. And then Costello. Russell went by him. Rourke goes in. And the umpire's going to say over the shoulder. So Sam Rourke in defence for the Rovers. Now, he sees something he likes right out wide here. Lewis just couldn't quite reel it in. And Patton, he was out there also. True centre wing far side. Sam Nolan. Ashton, left foot. Oh, great delivery to Vincent. Now Trey swings around. Right boot looking for Schubert. Good fist away by Wills. Falls to Semler. Now this is Croker. Nice and composed. Gets it to Lyons. Oh, good footy from the Panthers defence. Works one to Swinnerton. And then Swinnerton long down the line. Barber trying to find it at ground level. Rovers though come away through Rigoni. Left foot swings it around. And a nice mark by Carell, who had to sit under it. Now he's got a man out here in Coleman. Here he goes. Orange wheels. Can he pop one over the top? Yes, he does. But great work from Semler. He was onto it. Coleman goes again. And it's gone out here right of our broadcast spot. And I tell you what, boys, this game is opening right up now.
Yeah, that was really well read by Lockie Semler. Saw it was going to go out there, left his man, cut it off. Just see Justin Lewis has gone forward too here. So he's played back all first half, obviously trying to get a spark up forward.
Great pick up, Tommy. Here's Costello bursting onto it, has a shot to the Hannah Street end. That one's wide, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. So the Rovers will get it back here.
The one thing I really want to see for Rovers, Luke, is you saw a couple of occasions there where they almost look to go in the midfield and then they go to the overlap because the players are running out wide on the wing. If I'm running Rovers, I'm actually doubling back and trying to get that ball in the centre so they can go long and direct quick through the middle of the ground. A bit more dare I want to see from Rovers.
Great stuff, Dan. Corrigan on the boot. That one's wide and that one's going to go out to bounds on the full here. So the Rovers again to take it in defence. Let's see what happens. Dan, you've just got a delivery.
I've got a delivery from the great people at A-Grade Oils and Batteries. So thank you very much. They've given us a beautiful little platter, which I'll be keeping right next to me, boys.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed that. You've got
a few brownies, everything.
Yeah, it's a long
Lovely stuff.
Away from us, Tommy.
Paul Dale and the team down there at A-Grade Oils and Batteries.
Yeah.
Always look after us.
No, exactly. Common Sully, well read. Off hands and a long ball. Bouncing inside 50 for the Rovers. Oh, Turner went back. And then Lewis tried to swing one around. This is Common Sully. Right foot. That one's wayward. Bouncing, and it's gone out of bounds. So 36 plays 26 on the Macrae Motors scoreboard here. And on the Macrae time clock, we've gone 10 in the third term.
Yeah, really good result there to get the throw in there from Rovers, but they've got to capitalise on this inside 50 because Lavington are really looking to burst the game open.
Schubert, quick one, and it's hit the behind post and gone out of bounds.
Boys, Cooper Gracie has gone back on the ground, but he's actually gone down back.
Interesting. He probably did look their most dangerous forward, Tommy, I'd say, in their first half.
Definitely.
And he has got that knee heavily strapped, Lukey, so just keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Dan Vaccaro and Tommy McGrath all over it. Eyes on the action. The Lord went to ground. Good tackle. And Rovers are away through Rigoni. Umpire's going to call it back. He called time on. So true centre wing broadcast side here. This is Wallace Gemmell, as we said, and those pink wheels. Sends a short one into Carell. Harvey about probably 80 out from home here. Let's see what he can spot up. He sends it in. Oh, uncontested from the Panthers. So they're a little confused down there. Trey Vincent's got the ball. Not the best work from the Panthers there, Tommy.
Loose checking, and there's a bit of finger pointing going on there as to sort of whose fault, who should have been on him.
No, you're absolutely right. This is Brown. So Corey wants to shift it out wide. Good kick to Wilson. He has a couple of bounces, does Harry. Athletic type, and then goes to the half-forward flank. Great work. Swinnerton sends it forward. Guess who's out the back? Robertson. Corby, another one. He's kicked 4. He's got a quartet, and we'll make that a Macrae Kia goal of the day. Oh, doesn't he love it, Dan?
The celebrations are on point. He almost did a John Alisi 06 World Cup style there, just run across the ground. But what a fantastic goal there by Corby Robinson. He has just been fantastic. I believe he's kicked 4 goals, Lukey Francis, and he's just insinuating form. The one thing I loved about Lavington's work then, was their ability to get it from Rovers' back pocket up in the forward line in about 15 seconds, Tommy. So they really run hard when they get the footy.
Yeah, I'm betting if Corby kicks another one, he'll have his jumper over his head. So what stood out then was Harry Wilson, just a run off half back, the beautiful athletic style he's got. He's going to go a lot further with his footy, I think.
So they get away, the Panthers. 42 plays 26. The Rovers dearly need the next goal in this grand final. Cohallen to Lavis, then over the top Swinnerton. Right foot Nana.
What a goal.
Is he missed? He's just missed it to this near side, Dan, so very close.
Almost called it, Lukey.
Yeah.
Had my moment and I stuffed it up.
No, that's all right. That's all right, Dan. You'll have a chance to redeem yourself.
No.
So Corby Robertson, a goal in the first term, a goal in the second, and the first 2 goals of a third term. Playing a great game. Here's Sature to Gracie. As Tommy McGrath said, came from the ground and he's now got that right knee heavily strapped.
He's almost seen him loose a few times in the back line, so they've almost put a man down back, which is quite odd, probably to stop the bleeding a little bit here.
Harry Nolan kicked it up towards the half-back flank for the Rovers. Here's Nash for the Panthers. Out the back. And then running onto it is Lewis. And then Allen with a strong tackle on Waller. And the umpire to take it here. So, as we said, the second grand final, of course, coming up next. That's the Albury Tigers and Lavington Panthers. Bounce is at 11:30 a.m. Blake Escott, Scott Montgomery, and Dan Vaccaro will be back for that one. As Finn Osborne sends it forward. Schubert at the front. And then Patton. Vincent. got a foot to it, and Turner sees the ball out of bounds here just in front of the scoreboard.
Let's see if Rovers can apply a little bit more forward pressure and keep that ball in the 50, not let Lavington just exit so easily like they did the last couple of times too.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going over 14, third term for McRae Motors. You need one out of this, the Rovers. What can they work? Umpire has it. Let's have a close look at this stoppage. Schubert and Daly. Costello just overran it. Daly goes again. Knocked out. Good work by Panthers. And the Lions with a high ball. Oh, great mark to Forrest. Tommy, that was beautiful.
Yeah, they obviously got a lot of talent, Tommy Forrest, hence in the Bushy squad and played quite a few games this year.
Costello. Another great mark here.
He's been really good this quarter. Costello, he's up to 5 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. But as you can see, his kicking has been perfect.
That was a beautiful kick, finding Patton. Nick sends it forward for the Panthers. Robertson, Corby, he's got 4 on the board. Oh, that wasn't his best kick. Trying to find Russell along the ground. Swinnerton came in. Oh, and he's been taken high by Sam Nolan. The umpire's call for it. And the Panthers will have another chance here.
It's a premiership quarter, isn't it? The third quarter, and I think Lavi's really stepped up the pressure. They're getting him on the outside, and they've really put their foot down.
Yeah, so Alex Swinnerton, hey? Let's see what he can do. He's about 25 out to the Hannah Street end. Slight angle. Alex searching at the Panthers' 7th goal. Can he steer it through? Yes, he can. Well done, Alex. That's a great goal. Another McRae Kia goal of the day here in the Navara Cup 18's grand final, and they're sneaking away, Dan, the Panthers.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Tommy called it perfect. That premiership quarter in the third is always a big one, and Lavington are putting that to show here. They are playing fantastic footy this quarter. They're up to 9 inside 50s now. Jack Costello, 5 disposals. Xavier Russell had the 4. Corby Robinson, he's kicked 2 goals this quarter and the 3 disposals as well. So, and Rovers, you see their big name players just not getting involved this quarter. Riley Allen only the 1 touch, Justin Lewis 2, Ned Turner only 1, and Finn Osborne only the 3. So Lavington running all over him, Lukey.
Certainly are, Dan. So the Panthers have kicked the last 4 goals of this grand final. So danger signs for the Rovers. And they must answer the call here in the GF because it's in danger of slipping away from them. Here's Ely. And then going in was Corrigan. And he's tied up. Umpire to take it here, left of the centre. Just some really talented young footballers on display here. This has been super to watch. Here's Russell. And then Ely's got him, and again, the umpire to take it. Wonderful spectacle as we look out from our broadcast spot here in the media centre at the Lavington Sports Ground with Tom McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis. Here's Costello. Then off to Russell in the headgear. Oh, beautiful fake. And then went down the line for a 30-metre kick. That's great footy, finding Barber.
He's playing beyond his years, young Xavier Russell.
Isn't he what? That was classy. And then Barber with a long one going forward. Lavis at the back. Well done by Harry Nolan. And what's the umpire going to call here, Dan?
Holding the footy by Gracie there. Doesn't look his best, as Tommy pointed out before, but guess who? Corby Robinson, another shot on goal.
So he's kicked 4, Corby. He's got a chance to make it 5. So he swings around, right foot snap. He's got it. He likes it all right, Corby. And he might be sending his boys towards the Cup in 2023. That is a McRae Kia goal of the day. Tommy, he is a real talent.
He is. Probably the one knock on Corby is just his fitness, but he's looking like he's put in a fair bit of work towards the end of this year. So if you can maintain that, get enthusiastic, he could be a good senior player for a long time out here.
We talk about Xavier Russell playing beyond his years. This bloke here is absolutely tearing this contest apart. He's kicked 3 goals this quarter, 5 for the game, and he just looks a special, special player, Lukey.
He certainly does, Dan. He certainly does. Here we go again. So reset in the middle. And this ball's going to be tied up, is it? Yeah, Coleman's got it. Costello with him. Umpire to take it. Oh, wow. Just a great day here. 3 footy grand finals, 5 grades in netball, all happening. Balls between Russell and Ledger. Ledger has a chance here on the second attempt, just off the ground. Rigoni, he wants a line. Corrigan pressured him out of it. Now, we might see your mate again here, Dan.
He's up. He's up.
Here he comes. Your emergency umpire. Ashton. Costello off to Nash. Sature had him. Holding the ball. So well done, Zach Sature. With the footy. D50 for the brown and gold. And he wants to send it back, and he gets Rigoni. That's okay. And he's got one on in the pocket. And that's Harry Nolan. White boots.
Any
Hannah Street end.
Any relation to Will Nolan?
Yeah, brother.
Brother of Will.
Yeah, brother who plays ones. Good question, Dan, and lucky I had the answer. Do you believe me?
I'll trust you.
Yeah.
You are from Wagga, but I'll trust you.
I did get that intel prior to the game.
There you go. You've done your homework.
Yeah.
You're the best studier as part of the L&M Live team, I'd say, Lukey. I'll pay you that respect.
I don't know about that, Dan, but
there's a few boys that don't do the research.
I tell you what, though, I've enjoyed this. This has been a wonderful GF, hasn't it?
It's been fantastic.
Here's Cohallen. He goes forward. Bouncing ball. And here's Lewis. What can Justin do? And he goes with a thumping torpy down towards the half-forward flank. Leash, who's been great for his Panthers. Well, Forrest went to ground. Leash goes again. Coleman has him wrapped up. Ball out of bounds here. Left of centre wing on the broadcast side.
Fantastic there. Fantastic contest all day by both teams, to be fair. But Lavington, just the polish at the moment this quarter, have really blown Rovers out of the water.
8-7-55 plays 4-2-26 on the McRae Motors scoreboard. We've gone over 21 third term, so we're getting close to the break. Osborne dishes out to Gamble. Just couldn't quite pick it up. Lyons, nice work to Swinnerton. And then gets one forward. Now Lavis is in pursuit of this ball. Picks it up now in front of Rigoni. Swings around Lyons and gets a high entry here to the Hannah Street end. Robertson came out, got hands to it. And now, oh gee, that looked to be around the neck there. The umpire was blindsided, I reckon, on the wrong side of the pack. And it's gone to deck. Got to say, the umpiring's been sensational.
It has been absolutely faultless, I'd say, Lukey. It's been fantastic.
Faultless is the word. Faultless is the word, Dan Vaccaro.
And he played a sling tackle there, which is probably fair enough too. You did just driven into the ground. They're obviously trying to get that out of the game, Tommy.
Yeah, I just see too that Rovers are trying to stem the bleeding and have moved Justin Lewis back down again.
Yeah, beautiful. So, Corrigan's got the ball here. The umpire just telling everyone to scoot off. Create some room in that corridor. So, Ryder Corrigan, man on the mark, is spot on 40, I reckon. Kicking to the Hannah Street end here, Ryder. This would be the Panthers' 9th.
So just about sink him, I reckon, Lukey.
Yeah.
Almost.
That's it. It'd be hard for the Rovers to come back from here, but let's see what Ryder can do as he lines up, and that one is a little wayward. So the Rovers breathe again in the Navara Cup Grand Final for 2023.
Rovers, I think, are really reliant on their mids, and as Dan said, they're probably just not getting enough of the footy at the moment to get that ball forward.
Rigoni. And to the half-back flank, just over Croker's head. Here's Gracie. Tried to spit one back towards the middle. Brown off his foot. Went by Vincent. Nash, good handball. Out to Semler. And a quick one to Leash. Umpire called a holding free kick there, but it's not going to matter because that brings the three-quarter time break here in the McRae Motors Navara Cup for 2023. And at three-quarter time, it is the Lavington Panthers 8-8-56, leading the Wang Rovers 4-2-26. We'll get to a break, returning shortly on Grand Final Day.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Final day 2023, and what a game we've witnessed so far between the Rovers and the Panthers. And at the moment, it is the Panthers with a 5-goal lead in the grand final. So the Rovers desperately need perhaps the first 2 goals of this final term if they're to work their way back. It's been a wonderful GF so far. So you can just see the Tigers boys for the twos just had their warm-up on the ground, so we're just got to wait for them to evacuate. Dan, we might go to you because the under-15s netball grand final should have been completed. Now, what have you got, mate?
The score I've got in the O&M Live app is Wodonga 45, playing Raiders 41.
Ah, very good. Very good. So the under-17s was to commence at 10:15. So hoping that is a full-time score in the 15s that Dan's just given. So just give me that one again, Dan.
45 Wodonga Bulldogs to Raiders 41. Crosstown rivals, Lukey.
Good on you, Dan. Great work. So Tommy McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis with you for the Navara Cup Grand Final for 2023. Let's see what will happen here in the final term as the Rovers go forward through Sam Nolan. Bouncing ball, so it's inside their attacking zone here. The brown and gold. Schubert got swung around in a tackle. Throw. So the umpire's just said, as Judd went to get rid of it, he just flipped it up in the air. So Will's with it for the Panthers, back pocket.
Yeah, great call by the umpire there. He did throw it up in the air, so been really good today, the umps.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the third team, been fantastic. The men and women in green. Long ball out of defence for the Panthers. Oh, Nolan over the top, Sam. Here's Ashton, comes away and wanted to swing it into the middle. The mark is taken by Costello.
15 disposals for him today. He's been fantastic along with his partner in crime, Xavier Russell.
Certainly has. He's early.
And guess who? He's out.
And Wilson.
The man in the track pants. He's breaking sprinting records out here.
Yeah, so we've got a scuffle on there.
His boys get away from it.
Right at the top of the 50.
Giving him a stern word, Lukey.
He certainly is, Dan. Daly, Schubert, and then Cahallan. Swinnerton, oh, great work. Just spun out of it and then got it on the right boot. So in chase of this is Sam Nolan. Picks it up now. And then went with the Nana there. Right foot. Going beyond sharp. And the ball's gone out of bounds here. So about 30 out around from goal. Hannah Street end.
Yeah, probably the start Rovers wanted. They wanted to get that territory battle, camp it in their 50 as much as they can. Just see if they can get the first couple of goals, Lukey, and just put some sort of pressure on Lavington.
5-goal lead, as we said, for the Panthers. Now whistle here. This one's going to go to Lavington and Daly, the big ruckman. So Jack to take his kick. If you've just joined us, Corby Robertson, the star of the show so far for the Panthers. He's kicked 5 goals as Daly sends it out to the far side. Corrigan, good mark. Ryder centre wing, the white boots. So Ryder wants to go very short. Umpire's happy with that. To Lockie Semler. He speared out wide again. And this is Lyons. Played in a cricket premiership for Lavington this season also. And there's Forrest over the top to Ashton. Out wide to Rigoni for the Rovers. Swings it down the line. And off the ground by Daly. And a nice kick by Riley Allen. Picks up Sharp. He swings around back to the heart of the Lavington Sports Ground, and Finn Osborne, who I think it's fair to say kicked the goal of the game. It's an absolute beauty in the first half. And there's Leash. And defence stands up once again, Tommy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Rovers haven't really done anything to change from the first 3 quarters. Same midfield, same forward, same back. So they're going to rely on the structures they've had all year. I just can't see where they can kick enough goals the way it's going to win it.
You're spot on there. And the one thing they haven't done at all is they haven't gone through the corridor all day. And Lavington are prepared to take something off the kick and go through. And they go in the 50 a lot quicker than what Rovers have today. And it shows on the scoreboard.
Swinnerton, Alex. Oh, gee, that was good delivery. And a great mark from Corrigan, who started the term well. And good mark. Arc of the 50 to Barber. So this is Harry. And he wants to swing it around here. Sends it up towards the top of the goal square. Forrest got hands to it. Lyons swung around in the tackle. And Lavers brought to the deck. And the umpire to take it again.
Boys, Ryder Corrigan's are really starting to have an influence on this game too. He's another one of those under 16 kids from good Henty stock. They'll love me saying that out there, the Klemkes.
They certainly will.
Bred and tough out there, Lukey.
Oh, don't they what? Now the umpire is set here. It's a free kick. Let's see who ends up with this. Guess who?
Like
Our man, Corby Robertson.
Looked like a shove in the back, and he's just turned it over there, Corby Robertson.
He has, and the Rovers want to hold up in defence here, so good play. And then nice to Comensoli. Basically true centre-half back for the Rovers. That one a little pop-up kick. Swinnerton goes back with the flight. Turner. And then getting it forward, Gemmell. Gracie, well done to keep control of the footy in front of him. Oh, not his best kick. Cooper Gracie, and that ball's gone out of bounds on the full.
Really smart then by Harry Wilson too, just corralled him into that corner so he, didn't overcommit himself and ended up putting enough pressure on that he's forced him to kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, spot on, Tommy, and a very speculative effort there by Gracie. Just a bit more pushing and shoving. I want to see my mate get out there again, I reckon. He's got another sprint out in him.
He's looking.
The final term, 5 minutes old here. And the ball's with Allen. Riley plays on. Loading up here is Justin Lewis. What a goal. The Rovers are still alive in the Navara Cup Under-18s Grand Final. That is a huge goal from Justin Lewis, a boomer to the Hannah Street end.
Yeah, what a finish there, Tommy, and that was just what they needed. Let's just see if they can get the next one and put a little bit of scoreboard pressure on Lavington and see if they can panic a little bit.
Yeah, he ran 50 metres then off halfback to go past into the forward line and run past Riley Allen to get that handball. Screened for it. Riley gave it straight away and he's banged it from 50.
Fantastic work right there by the Rovers.
Absolutely. Justin Lewis with the McRae Boats goal of the day here. That is a cracker. Back in the middle. Brown and Forrest go up. Costello brought to ground by Riley Allen. And the umpire to take it. Great awareness too from Riley Allen, knowing that Justin Lewis was running off his hip. He just had to feed him and he did. They ended up with a goal. There's Lions. That one going forward here for the Panthers. Now, who's in race of this one? Rigoni just eluded him. Corrigan, Ledger, ends up with Rigoni again. Palms off Barber and then sends it down the line. Rigoni, it's turned over though. And the Panthers are coming back in. Good delivery. Oh, just over the top of Cohallen. Bouncing ball, Robertson. And that's a high kick. Look at that one. A real silo kick. And then out the back. Running onto it, Lewis misses it. Barber. Oh, just touched on the line by the Rovers defence. Well done. Getting back there in the nick of time to make that one a behind. So great work by Harry Nolan. Sending it out wide. Semler went early.
Free kick, yeah, good call.
57 plays 32, 7 gone for McRae Motors in the final term. Tommy McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis with you.
Righto, gents. This is the time to ask who's staring down the barrel of the best on ground today for these two teams.
I think it's a two-horse race.
I agree.
I
reckon we got the same ones too.
Yeah, and I reckon we all might have the three. So we'll go for the trio here. How about we go, so Corby Robertson and Russell? Is that what we're going?
Yep.
There's a couple of other notables. I think Costello's been really good. Leash has been good as well.
One you probably don't think, I reckon Jack Wills has done a fantastic job on Judd Schubert. Been very disciplined. If Rovers are going to win it, Judd had to kick 5, I reckon.
There you go.
Yeah. Good pick up, Tommy. Now here's Ely. I'll tell you what, that is an absolute perler.
It's not over yet.
What a goal from Riley Ely. Right foot snap, and the Rovers, I tell you what, they won't lie down here, Dan Vaccaro.
They won't, and that's 2 goals that are just absolutely fantastic moments of individual brilliance there by Rovers. So really, really good, and they're going to make it really hard for Lavington here. They're not going to go down.
Yeah.
They're not going to die wondering here. So that's a fantastic little comeback from Rovers, and can we see an upset brewing here, boys? Come back.
Well, they've done that without Tom Forrest on the ground too. He's sitting down here on the bench. He's getting some work on his right leg. Quad, don't know if he's got a corky or if he's strained a hammy.
Yeah, good pick up, Tommy. Tommy McGrath right on the money. The under-18s O&M rep coach with us in commentary this afternoon. So 19 points the margin here. Here's Swinnerton. Coleman picks it up for the Rovers and they get it out the front of the contest. Russell for the Panthers. Got swung around in a big tackle from Common Solly and he's gone. So here they come, the Wang Rovers. And they send it inside 50. High ball and a mark is taken by Sam Nolan. Oh, wow. Haven't we got a game on our hands here, boys?
This is fantastic. He gives it off.
He does.
Finn Osborne has kicked an unbelievable goal.
Oh, my goodness. What a grand final this is. Finn Osborne has kicked an absolute belter. His second ripping goal of the day, a McRae Boats goal of the day here in the final term. What kind of game is this?
This is crazy. This is one of the better games I've seen this year, I reckon. Wangaratta Rovers have come for the clouds and they are on track to record a huge comeback, Tommy.
I'm sure Kenny Mansell wouldn't be too happy. That's 2 goals in a row now where they've allowed players to run past a guy who's having a shot and kick it on the run from 50.
Yep.
So the Rovers have kicked the only 3 goals of the final term. Prior to that, the Panthers had kicked the last 5. 57 plays 44. Now the umpire's going to take it. Well, what's going to happen? It's going to give a free kick away.
Free kick to Rovers.
Okay. Margin at 13 points. Vincent goes out wide. So they have it on true centre wing, the brown and gold. They want to fire it in. Costello and Comensoli. Comensoli at the bottom. And Sharp couldn't quite pick it up. Wills is at the bottom. Comensoli over him. Umpire to take it. So the margin sits at just over 2 majors. 13 points. Panthers really have to dig deep now if they're going to hold on to this lead. Sharp, hurry one out of the pack, bouncing beyond Gracie. Ball's gone out of bounds in the pocket at the Hannah Street end far side.
Yeah, good result there for Rovers. They get another opportunity to crash again. Just watch Finn Osborne at this contest hit the pack here.
Umpire, terrific throw in. Schubert out of the ruck. Sharp. Russell had him. Lyons. Semler got brought down. Oh, well done by Xavier Lyons. Got up off the deck and then off to Lish, who's been fantastic, but that kick has gone out of bounds. So pressure in grand finals, hey? Ashton, he's just going to pop it up for the Rovers. Who's under this one? Look at the pack forming. Many hands to it. Russell, Gracie. Gracie goes again. Strong contest, comes out. Russell. And then Costello had a swipe at it. Finn Osborne. Gee. The magic man. And then a high boot going forward. Fist to that one. Costello just overrun it. Satori hurriedly on the boot going forward. Oh, terrific mark. Absolutely brilliant from Waller. Cooper Waller. Has he saved the grand final there? He comes out wide. Gemmell got hands to it. Now, I think Waller got taken down after he got his kick away.
Yeah, he did. Free kick to Lavington, and what a contest this is going to be for the last 5 minutes here.
Yeah, so we've gone over 12, thanks to McRae Motors. Final term. Navara Cup Grand Final 2023. Hasn't it been a beauty? Oh, Ledger. So Charles has it for the Rovers. Now, what's he got on here? He's going to go with a high ball here to the arc of the 50, Hannah Street end. Good mark from Lyons. So Xavier.
That's where Oscar plays his best footy when he's behind the footy like that. Reads it really well.
And Oscar Lyons comes out to centre wing. Here's Cohallen. Bouncing ball. Going back for the Rovers was Harry Nolan. Important ball to be won here. Here's Ashton. And also Sam Nolan. Well done by Sam. Finds Riley Allen. Now he wants to come wide here to Ely. Riley takes the mark. He's got Coleman on if he wants to use him. Instead he goes to Finn Osborne. Now what can Finn do? He winds up and he goes for home with a long one. And I tell you what, that is one of the best goals you will see at the Lavington Sports Ground. He has kicked a trio of special goals, Dan Vaccaro and Tom McGrath.
This is like Finn Osborne saying, boys, get on my back and I'll lead you home.
He's single-handedly almost going to win Rovers this grand final.
Yep.
He has kicked 3 of one of the better goals you'll see on grand final day. What an unbelievable finish there. Rovers are in this up to their ears, Lukey Francis.
Aren't they? What? This grand final, it just continues to go to an extra level. What else have we got in store? Lyons and Allen brings him down. The margin sits at 7 points. We're going over 14 thanks to McRae Motors. So that was another McRae Boats goal of the day to Finn Osborne. Now going to ground, Costello. Rigoni on him. There's Nash. Tries to spit one out the side. Daly goes in. Forrest had him. Lewis bursts out of defence for the Rovers, trying to find Schubert. Great contest. Wills came in. Schubert goes again. Laver set it up with the ball. Allen's got him. Umpire to take it. Umpire to take it. Oh, high pressure, dead and top.
This is exciting as it gets, Luke.
Oh, isn't it? What? What a start to grand final day. The seconds that come, of course, between the Albury Tigers and the Panthers, and then the big one between the Pigeons and the Albury Tigers. Bounce for that one at 2:30 p.m.
Just see the quality of Justin Lewis there. One-hand pick-up on the run, under pressure, hits a target. Sensational.
7-point lead to the Panthers. Boundary throwing just left of centre wing on the near side. Lyons, and then Daly quickly on the boot. Allen couldn't quite mark it. Rourke, high kick. Who's under this one? Ball bounces, goes past Ely. And Wilson, has he kept that one in? No. Boundary umpire calls it out. We'll have another boundary throw in. So who's going to step up here, Dan, in these final minutes and just take this game by the scruff of the neck?
Well, one bloke's already stood up. Let's see if he can do any more damage to Lavington here.
Yeah, that's it. Daly, Lavis, hurriedly on the boot. You don't need me to tell you. Every moment now is just so important. Here's Ashton. Yes. Now Finn Osborne, here we go. What's going to happen here? Oh, beautiful tap out. He got one to Sharp. Long ball. Schubert got hands to it. Panthers have to work. Ball out of bounds.
Creamy's rising to the top.
It is that man again, Finn Osborne, just tapped it on and almost set up another unbelievable goal there for Rovers. And what a contest this is.
Gone 16 minutes for McRae Motors in the final term.
Watch him hit this contest here, boys.
Crazy game. It's been unreal. Here's Schubert. Left foot bouncing towards the pocket. Leash being great for the Panthers, and he wants to send it out wide. Oh, well done. Gemmell sends it forward. Schubert, one hand to it. Sharp. Whistle, holding the ball.
Great call there by the umpire.
How long left, boys?
We're gone close to 17 here, Tommy. Final term. Russell, the umpiring's been excellent. Superb. As Russell feeds it out. And they go long here, the Panthers. Far side. Thought Lewis marked that. Umpire didn't want to take it. Must have been touched. And then Philpotts trying to get involved. Costello for the Panthers. That was Patton getting swung around to true centre wing. Robinson a long way from home. Now, he's taking his time with this ball. Have a 7-point lead. So he's calling for leads. Who's he got out there? Rigoni's onto it. Ball out the back. And that's Carell. They shift it right down the line. Robertson's got another chance at this. Schubert meets him. And then tried to get the handball away. A little wayward. Then out the back. Now Patton. Gracie over there. Ball out of bounds here. Right of centre wing.
It's crazy. I think, I don't know how long's left, but Lavington may just hold on. But what a story if Rovers somehow got up here, Tommy.
Yeah, I think they're showing some real spirit, and it's a great test for Lavy here to see if they can hang on.
Oh, well done. Look at the players tearing in for the pill.
What a
7-point margin between the Lavington Panthers and the Wang Rovers. I've got to say,
kick one here should be interesting.
Certainly will be. Osborne tried to break the tackle. Semler spits one out the back. Costello just overran it. Well done by Sam Nolan. Look at the players. Just wanting the Sharon Swinnerton to Sam Nolan. So there was a turnover, goes forward. Schubert has taken the mark. Rightio. So let's paint the picture. It's a 7-point margin to the Lavington Panthers. Now, Judge Schubert has it. Tommy, he's a highly talented player. If he kicks this, it'll put his Rovers within a point. 30 out, 45-degree angle, and Judd has nailed it. So that is a McRae Boats goal of the day.
Finn Osborne's just come off.
What kind of grand final is this?
This is unbelievable. It's one of the best games of footy I reckon I've seen, lads.
I agree.
So 1 point the difference. I reckon there'd have to be probably 2.5 left.
Yep.
Is my guess, guys. So what a moment here.
Benny Tallarico's waving his arms, trying to organise. As I said, Finn Osborne's just come off and he's on the table getting a rub. He needs to be back out there if they're going to do this.
Yep, he's got the medal if they win, Rovers.
So the Rovers have kicked the last 5, and prior to that, it was the Panthers with the last 5. So this is just...
Lavey, you've got 2 spares behind the footy here, so Rovers need to really send someone around and man them up.
Yeah, someone's going back now for Rovers.
Panthers lead by a point. Lavis, hurry kick forward. Let's have a look. Bouncing ball inside 50, scoreboard end. And then Lewis. Oh, it's gone out on the full. Under pressure, so good work from Barber. So the Panthers are going to get it through Swinnerton. So Alex with the pill. We're gone over 20 thanks to McRae Motors. Here he comes, Alex Swinnerton. That's great delivery. Oh, what a mark.
Corrigan.
What a grand final. This is amazing. So the Panthers with a chance to close it out here through Corrigan. And the pressure on this young man. Will Ryder kick it, Tommy? Do you think he can put it home?
I was watching him in the pre-game and he did miss a couple from a little bit closer in, so...
He's 35 out, directly in front. Ryder Corrigan. What a moment in this young man's life and footy career. He's shifted it right. It's through for one behind. So the Rovers...
They've got to go hard and up the middle now. This is their last chance, Rovers.
Yeah.
Get it in Osborne's hands, boys.
As Dan Vaccaro has indicated, might be the last roll of the dice.
They got to go up the middle.
Panthers haven't won a thirds flag in 14 years. Got to wind the clock back to 2009. It's been 5 years for the Wang Rovers. Here they go. Down the line, let's have a look at the contest here. Schubert in a race with it, with also Wills. Ball beats them.
Osborne has got to hit this contest, Lukey.
He certainly has.
They need a goal now. Point's not going to save them.
Let's have a look. Boundary umpire sends it back into play. Forrest out the back. Nash. Here's Costello for the Panthers. Wants to feed it to Lyons. And Oscar swings it around towards true centre wing. On the far side is a mark taken. Allen's got it. Mark's being paid. Here come the Rovers. One last chance in the grand final. Siren must be close. Turner feeds it away. And then Sharp is brought down. Oh, marked by Swinnerton. Alex Swinnerton just telling his teammates, boys, let's calm it down. Give me something. Oh, that's a wonderful kick. Beautiful footy. Finding Nash. Well done, Alex Swinnerton. Just keeping a cool head. Then Nash.
They're one more kick away, I reckon.
To Cohallen. Good footy. And sends it out wide. And then
he's cramped up.
Lockie 7 went with the cramp.
It's all right now.
Oh, they know what they're doing, these boys. I tell you what, we've got to thank the Lavington Panthers have won their first third grade final in 14 years. Congratulations to them, to Ken Mansell and his team. This has been a super duper grand final we've witnessed. And to the Wang Rovers boys, we've got to thank them also. They've just put on a wonderful display, these two teams, boys.
That was probably one of the best games of footy I've seen, boys. That was fantastic.
She was all over at the 10-minute mark of the last quarter.
It was. We were talking about who's going to get the medal for Lavey.
To get back in it.
That was amazing. That was probably one of the best individual quarters I've seen from a footballer in Finn Osborne.
Yeah.
So thoughts with Rovers, because they deserve to win in the end, but Lavington, they did the hard work in the first 3 quarters, and as you called it perfectly, Tommy, the premiership quarter was all Lavington, so they came through with the goods in the end, but what a game.
Oh, absolutely. So again, congratulations to Kenny Mansell and the Lavington Panthers on taking out the Navara Cup third grade premiership for 2023. Also to Ken Mansell's staff, Andrew Robinson, David Costello, Graham Barber, Matthew Pendergast, Braden Mulvey.
Good crew there.
Oh,
lots of experience.
There he is, isn't there, Tommy? What a spectacle. What a spectacle. Just super. It's been Tommy McGrath, Dan Vaccaro and Luke Francis with you for the call of the third grade grand final. And, of course, we'll have the presentation very shortly. The second's coming up very soon between the Albury Tigers and the Lavington Panthers. Bounces at 11:30. Blake Escott, Scott Montgomery, and Dan, you'll be back to also take our live stream crowd through that one.
Yeah, we'll be doing the twos grand final as well, Lukey. So looking forward to it. If it's anything like we just witnessed, what a day we're in for.
Oh, absolutely. Now, boys, I've got to go down to MC the presentations. Can we have a best on ground?
Best on ground. It's got to go to Xavier Russell or Robertson, I think, now.
Yep.
Finn Osborne if Rovers got up, but I think it's one of those two.
Give me one. Give me one, Dan.
Xavier Russell.
Okay.
Corby
Tommy?
Robertson.
There you go.
Corby Robertson. I'll go with Corby Robertson as well. But again, let's thank these two teams for such a wonderful grand final. It was absolutely super. Congratulations again to the Lavington Panthers, and well done to the Wangaratta Rovers on putting up such a magnificent fight and contest. Okay, we'll take a break here on the live stream. In fact, we might go straight through, will we, Dan? We'll just see what happens here. But the presentation will be very shortly for the 18s.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol.
This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on.
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.